Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and welcome to week 3 of the Void Breach updates. Now, before I get into anything, of course, I need to first thank you guys so much for your support on the previous video. I read all the comments, and I'm so grateful for all the reactions, the likes, and the shares. It's such an amazing Christmas gift, I'll call it, that you guys have given me so much support over these past few weeks. So let's keep it up. I appreciate it so much. It helps keep me accountable, keeps me motivated, and it's really exciting, like getting back into game design, especially with so much support. So thank you so much, y'all. Real quick, I'm gonna put on the screen some of the graphic design I was working on for the logo of Void Breach. I used Adobe Illustrator to make these logos, and I think they're pretty good. Yeah, and just let me know what you think about them. Thank you. Now to get into the game itself, the game is called Void Breach. It is a platformer and roguelike where you control your character in a 3D landscape. Now I'll just explain the basic mechanics of it before we get into the new stuff. So we have just a run at a top speed here. We have a jump, double jump, air dash, and if you're moving fast enough, your air dash will go further. And if you're moving fast enough from the air to the ground, your ground speed will increase as well, signified by the Naruto run that you saw. There is a crouch, and there is a high jump from the crouch, and of course you can double jump from that. And if you're running, if you press the crouch button, you will slide. And there are these boost cylinders that move you forward really fast. These ones have differing magnitudes. This one has a higher magnitude, of course. And these little pickups increase your speed very slightly for each you pick up. That is your max ground speed. The last thing I need to explain is the mobility reset. So the mobility reset allows us to do all of our air movement again without touching the ground. So you can do a double jump, an air dash, and 2 wall jumps before you hit the ground. But if you do a mobility reset, of course, it's exactly how it sounds. It resets all your mobility, like so. Dash, double jump, dash, kick, jump, dash. I was able to do it all and keep the momentum. Now moving on to the new stuff. As you know, this red block right here deals damage to us. And we cannot touch it or else we will take damage. And I created a new terrain called the slow terrain, for lack of a better term. Well, I'll just say it decreases our speed by a flat amount. Like so. Now we are slow, and then when we get off the terrain, we're back to our regular speed. And I'll demonstrate it. It brings down your speed quite marginally if you are going really fast. It completely stops our momentum. It also causes our jump height to get really low. Not our double jump height, but just our jump height while we're on the ground. Even our high jump doesn't go very high anymore. However, we have this power-up that I call the Unstoppable power-up. And when we pick it up, it is signified that we are unstoppable by the yellow shields around us. And we can step on this terrain and it runs out. But as you saw by that, we were unstoppable for a while. And we were able to just stand on the terrain like it was nothing. Now in this terrain we're going really slow. And we can't go very fast on it. Not even if we try like air dashing. But if we pick up the Unstoppable power-up, now we can go at a regular speed. We can go even faster. But then as soon as it runs out, we're back to regular speed again. Let's talk about this new section that I created. Or I should call it section 3.1 because this section I have since reworked to try and demonstrate the 3-layer system that I talked about last week. Now, I wasn't able to implement exactly, 3 layers, but I think this does a pretty good job of pretty much explaining the or should I say demonstrating the concept that I was talking about in the 3-layer system, with 2 layers more like, and also the diverging paths leading to the same spot. Now, the end goal of this area is to make it to this spot or this spot. Now, I wanted it to be, it's going to be easier to make it to this section, and you can also make it to this section really fast. And it's harder to make it to this section, and you can put a lot of effort into making it up here, but there's also a secret, really fast way of getting up there. So now I'll go ahead and demonstrate a few different ways of beating it. So that was pretty fun. So as you could see by what was demonstrated, there are several ways of beating the level, and you're not so severely punished if you're not able to do it the optimal way. Like, if you fail at any point, there's still a way you can succeed and make it to the end of the level. You could take a rather easy route if you just jump over this red block, jump over here, jump onto this platform, and then just jump through the boost cylinder and you make it to the end. It's not the most efficient route, it's not the fastest, but it gets you there. It gets you from point A to point B. And of course, the most efficient route is to high jump, wall jump off this wall, and then dash onto this platform, jumping through here, and then landing with a slide, and then high jumping from there, kicking this enemy for the mobility reset to get a little bit higher, to get over the enemy so you don't get hit twice, and then landing on top of this boost cylinder, which takes you through this like boost cylinder pipe, I'll call it, probably a boost pipe, I guess, onto this high ground. I'm not sure if I've ever showed you guys this extra double jump power up. So normally you got one double jump. Pick up this power up, you got an extra jump. As simple as that. But of course, I just wanted there to be the extra double jump. This just signifies a higher reward for making it to the higher ground, essentially. Hopefully that demonstrated pretty well my philosophy in making the levels. I'm hoping that it'll be that every route will be fun and like not extremely punishing. Hopefully next week I'll be able to show you guys some new mechanics, maybe a new section, a new power-up. It's kind of up in the air what I want to work on next week, but I'm excited for it, and I'll definitely bring something to the table for sure. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.